Welcome to the Queer God Squad. It's Monday, November 10th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, with Queer News Tonight sharing over 11,000 stories and 11 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies. This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective. Mental and spiritual tips for LGBTQ people in the age of MAGA. For the next several Mondays, we will offer an actionable suggestion about how LGBTQ plus people can care for their spiritual and mental well-being in the age of Trump. This week's tip: seek out and spend time in spaces and physical or online where your identity is celebrated and validated. This might be a local LGBTQ center, a specialized support group, or an affirming spiritual or religious institution such as the Sunshine Cathedral. This sense of collective belonging is a powerful counterpoint to isolation. We are stronger together. And as the song says, quote, "We all need somebody to lean on," end quote. These are uncertain and challenging times, but our collective wisdom, courage, and compassion will get us through. One way to take care of ourselves is to take care of one another. I think this is a great actionable item for us to take to heart, not just give lip service to it, but to actually do it. We are definitely in unique and troubling times. And I think one of the ways we get through those troubling times is to acknowledge it and also do it in community. And I think by being in community, you know, it's that part of you can let it all out, but you don't have to take it with you. Or you can let it all out and you get some tips on how to handle it, or you get some resource about where to go to handle what you're going through. Or just, again, one of my things is about being together in community is one of the most important things right now, because it helps with any isolation that we may be going through. And I'm a big advocate for people not isolating, because in these times it is really, really easy to do and become overwhelmed by whatever you may be going through. And one overwhelmment can lead to another sense of overwhelming, and you're just overwhelmed by everything. You can't function. But a piece of that is being in community, not being in isolation. So as we take these actionable tips, I think we take them to heart and we put them into practice.
Every June is Queer Pride Month, and there's parades and festivals and events all month long, all over the place. And then in October is Queer History Month, and it also has National Coming Out Day, October the 11th. So some places also do that all again in October. Texas and Arkansas, there's even a town in Florida that they do it in June, but then they even make a bigger deal or a second deal of stuff in October. So there may be some easy ways just, to join up a thing if it's the right time of the year or whatever. But if you can get even more than that, I know there's a group of guys here in Fort Lauderdale. I forget what day, maybe it's Mondays, I don't know, but they meet every, whatever the day is, and they meet in a bar and they just have a good time. There's an HIV support group. They've been meeting for decades, and they meet the same day at the same place, and they see films, and they have guest speakers, and they share a story, they share an experience, they share a history, they share an affinity. So, there are women's groups and political groups, and when we were doing the No King stuff, I was a part of that, and so everybody was together again for affinity, for we want to do something for our country, we want to protect our country, we want to protect our values, we want to defend democracy. And so if you can get with people who share your values and your experience and your history and your story, it really is encouraging. I left I'll leave these things feeling so good because I feel like I've contributed something that matters. And also I realized I wasn't alone, and that's amazing. And then the good thing, if you can bear religion, I understand that religion is scary for a lot of people, although this is the Queer God Squad. So, you might have had some idea that, but whatever, that's also then a space where you can come every week, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, whenever the thing is, and just be with people who they want what you want. They want, peace of mind. They want joy. They want hope. They want to help other people get through difficult times. They want to celebrate with other people their joyous moments. They want to make the world somehow better. They want to celebrate big moments of the year. They also want a place where they can safely ask questions and contemplate and work on their own stuff. Well, that's what religion is meant to do. Now, there's some really gross religion, I know there is, but there's also a lot of really good faith communities, spiritual communities, where they really are about affirming your sacred value and empowering you to make a difference in the world and celebrating your joys and holding you and crying with you during the sad times, and then prophetically sort of challenging you to stand up against oppression, not only when it's coming for you, but when it's coming for anybody.
Yes.
Because we're all united. We're all one big human family. We have to take care of each other. So yes, this hanging out with your folks, with your peeps, it really is healing. It really is life-giving. It really is it's energizing. And right now, it's absolutely necessary. And if you can't, you don't have a place in mind, Sunshine Cathedral, even if it's online, can't get safer than that. But you're going to hear a lot of affirming things. You're going to see people on a screen like you. And then if you ever want to come by, we're here with open arms.
Right. And actually the online stuff for those who may be homebound or can't get out, those who live maybe in more rural areas, there's a lot of really great resources online right now. I happen to know that here in South Florida, the local SAGE, which is for seniors, has an online weekly meeting. And it really is just a check-in. How are you? What's happening? Have you read a good book? Tell me about a movie that you saw, that kind of thing. It's really a great way to connect. So if you're looking for something like that and you think there's nothing out there, really, check online. There's a lot of great resources.
At this table, we oftentimes talk about what's going on in the world and how it can be scary. And to know that there are safe spaces that we can go to is super important. And in that vein of safe spaces, if you are going to be a champion for others, you have got to take care of yourself.
Yes.
I always use the analogy when you're on the plane, the first thing that the flight attendants tell you in that spiel that you probably don't even listen to anymore, but there's a part of that that says when the air masks come down, put yours on first. You do that because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else around you.
That's right.
So think of going to a safe space every now and again, every week, every day. If you need to, think of that as self-care so that you can take care of someone else.
Indeed.
And that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I want to invite you to check out our Performing Arts series. Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts has a great acts lineup for the 2025 through 2026 season. Here is a taste of what's coming up.
On November 7th, we welcome back Miss Coco Peru. If this show is like her other tours de force, there will be storytelling, laughs, singing, and a moral to tie up the evening. Or maybe this one is entirely different. You'll have to come to the show to know for sure. But you already know it's going to be one of the best nights of comedy and drag artistry you will have enjoyed all year.
December 7th brings Matthew Darren's annual Holiday Fantasia, always amazing, and this year it will again be co-hosted by Varla Jean Merman.
And in 2026, there are already some great shows lined up, such as selections from Pearly, a musical based on the play Pearly Victorious by Ozzie Davis on February the 7th. For more information about these shows and others and to secure your tickets, go to sunshinecathedral.org/arts.
Please like and share this episode on your social media and look for Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our individual pages on Facebook, Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Durrell and I interview queer religious leaders, activists, and scholars.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together. Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.